So I'm sitting here Sunday, and I'm at home. I'm in town, right? And I'm excited to be home, and I'm a little sad because I just realized there ain't no more gospel musicals. Why y'all not doing gospel musicals on Sunday evenings anymore? Like, ain't no churches nowhere, ain't no choirs or no groups doing no gospel extravaganzas no more. Like, I want something to do tonight, I want to step outside and walk for a minute and go hear some singing. What happened to the musicals? Why don't y'all do church musicals? Why don't y'all do Sunday evening musicals no more? What's wrong with y'all? I'm sad. My heart is broken.
It's hilarious, man. I love Kirk. He's probably one of my top artists of all time. I just love his music, his vibe, and all of that stuff like that. And I also love the way he thinks and the way he approaches things. That said and done, this is interesting because I think this is a true thing. Like, what did happen to musicals and extravagant? Like, there used to be, like, at least where I grew up at. I grew up in the South with an F, South. I grew up in the South, and on Sunday evenings there was always something we were going to, some sort of like choir day or musician appreciation or something like that, some kind of like he said, gospel, singing program or some kind of quartet thing that was popping off. Like, you could always find something somewhere to go. What I'm saying, to hear some good singing, some good things. And then, like, somewhere in the last like 15 to 20 years or so, that just kind of dissipated. You know what I mean? You can't really see or find those things. Like, we used to do workshops. Y'all remember workshops? Some of y'all might be too young to understand like what a workshop was. Like a workshop, some people call them seminars, whatever. I don't know, whatever you guys would call them in your region. In our region, we call them workshops. And that would be when like you would bring in this big either choir director or big uh, musician or musical director, somebody who was like very proficient in music in some way, form, or fashion. And you would bring them in, and for an entire week, all we would do is learn music, learn songs, and we would be learning songs and teaching parts, and the band would be getting together, and we would be shedding, and we would be doing all of these things for an entire week leading up to like that Sunday, that Saturday, whatever day we designated was the day that we were gonna like present everything we had learned. It was like a crash course in learning like music, like fast and rapid. And what was dope about that was that you, as a musician, as a singer, you got like hit really, really fast and put on the spot, and you got to learn. Like, it was like on the job training, bro. Like fast paced environment where it's like do or die, and you got a week to learn this complex music that we're singing. And those were the moments where we cultivated like our gift, where we cultivated our our um our singing, our playing. You know what I mean? Those are places where mentorship happened, where, what I'm saying, you were playing the part to the song and you were doing it wrong, and then the whoever was carrying on the workshop would stop you and be like, no, that's not right. That part's not right. That chord is not right. That what you're doing on organ, that pass, that's not right. Then they come over there and they kick you off and they like, play it like this, and they would show you how to play it. And that moment, whether it was embarrassing to you or not, some of that's probably triggering some people. I know it triggers me in some spaces, but like you would just be like, all right, bet I'm not gonna get embarrassed the next time. Next time Dr. So and so comes in here, he ain't gonna have to talk to me like that. Cause I'm gonna have my part right. I'm gonna go home and learn this tomorrow when I come in for this thing. I'm gonna learn this song. So you would go home, you would pull up your instrument, your bass, your guitar, whatever, your keys, and you would sit there and play that tape, that CD, like for like 30 minutes, rewind and rewind and rewind, trying to get that, listening through that all of that dense music, trying to hear that one chord that he said you were missing. You know what I'm saying? And it cultivated our ears at a level that is just mess. So I'm too like Kirk. I'm kind of sad that we don't do these sorts of things anymore, because the choir, the church, especially the Black church as an institution, has taught us all more in this, our generation, the OG generation, as you call us. It taught us more because we were put in these do or die environments quite often, and it cultivated some things in us that I think what happens with this whole disconnect with young G and OG and all of that they see what you're missing. You're missing. There's an element, like, you're talented. I'll say it like this. I'm not like hard on y'all like some of these OGs are. You're talented. You know what I mean? You're gifted. You know what I'm saying? You're even proficient, but there's something in there. There's a girth that you're just missing. There's an edge that you're missing. You know what I'm saying? That's something that didn't get cultivated, you know what I'm saying, completely. That's a little half baked. And I think that's what a lot of us see and we talk about. And I think a lot of it is because we um we kind of dissipated on this. Like, who's doing sheds anymore? Let me know in the comment section if you guys are still doing like sheds. Like, sheds used to be a thing. Like, yeah, I know Doobie Powell, my big bro, he always does a shed every year. He keeps that going. He does a big shed every year in Connecticut. Keeps it going. He's been doing it for 20 years, every year in June. You know, he does this big birthday shed, and he brings in musicians and people from everywhere to perform and shed and do all of that stuff. And it's a dope environment, because you learn something in those spaces that you just don't get anywhere else. And these things, these extravaganzas, these gospel programs, these choir days, all of these things are moments where, it really fostered some things in us. I mean, choir days were dope, even outside of workshops. Like, when you pulled up on a choir day and you knew your choir was like the best choir in the region, it was a competition, and it was a healthy competition. And I know we shy away from that in the body of Christ now. Anytime something comes up and it feels like a competition, we think it's of the devil. But there's something about healthy competition and healthy criticism that makes, like, if you showed up to the choir day and your choir was off that Sunday, next rehearsal, as a choir director, as a musician, you was laying into y'all. Now, y'all embarrassed us last week at St. Brown Church Baptist. At St. Brown Baptist, you embarrassed us last week because your altos was just off, and you rehearsed harder. So you knew the next time you went out, you didn't mess up. And that cultivated some things. That's why all of our best musicians on this planet, all of our best singers, producers, they all started in the church, probably at some program like this, getting their shine, edging, sharpening their iron. Anyway, that's what I got to think. I'm really passionate. I'm just as passionate about this as Kirk is. I think we should get back to it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy, John Mike. If you've been rocking with my content and you want to go beyond what YouTube allows, what social media allows, that's exactly why I created my Patreon. Over there, I break down the real side of music tech, business, how this industry actually works, the creative side. I'm talking exclusive podcasts with your favorite creators. And there's 3 ways that you can join. There's a support tier that starts at just $5 a month. That's for people who just want to support my work and get early access to the content that I create. The Creator Plus tier goes deeper into the tools, the workflows, the plugins, everything that I use to create and scale out my content. And then there's the Business Plus tier. This is where we talk strategy, monetization, ownership, all of the things that I do to make money, how I scaled a 7-figure company, how you can do it too, asking questions, all of the crazy things that you want to know about how to build a sustainable, real career in music. So if you're really ready to take this to the next level and grow your creative business this year, then please join me over there at Patreon. The link is down below. I'll talk to you guys over there. Let's get it.